Welcome back everyone, RacerX here, and today I thought I would put together a quick video for you guys about the incoming 2025 Charger Daytona EV. Just yesterday, Dodge put out a video on their channel where the new CEO, Matt McAleer, talked about some of the perks of buying the new Charger, whether it be the RT or the Scatpack. Also, he talked a little bit about the horsepower locator. Now, there are some little bitty weird things to how this horsepower locator is actually working. It's not the same as the 2023 car. So today, we'll talk about that, plus a little bit of information on the pricing of these cars as well. I called around to some dealerships, and I found it to be a little bit weird what they were telling me. So it should be a fun one. If you guys are brand new to the channel, please do me a big, gigantic favor. Don't forget to hit subscribe right over here, and off we go. Today's video sponsor is Foxwell. They actually sent me this little guy. This is their NT301 diagnostic code reader. It plugs directly into your vehicle's OBD port, and it is super easy to use. Let's take a look. With the vehicle on, I connect the device directly to the car's OBD port, which you can see down here, and it has a really easy to use menu with 3 very distinctive buttons. All I have to do is tell it to go ahead and start scanning. And as you can see, we've got a green light. Everything on this Kia is perfectly healthy. Super easy to use. If something were to be wrong, you would see an indicator right over here. If you use the back button, it will go right back out to the main menu. We can scroll over and we can look up any codes that we want to see. Obviously, this vehicle with no codes, we're in good shape. In the event your vehicle does throw a code, you do have a print option right here. They even provide you with a cord to hook it directly to your PC so you can find out more. And with Foxwell DCT lookup tool, you can look up the code directly on the device, which is also really handy. This is absolutely one of the best little code readers that you can get. You can record live data with it. You can clear codes with it. There's lots of other things that this will do. It's super easy to use, and it's on Amazon for less than $100. Matter of fact, it's on special right now. So if you want one of these, I will pin a link in the comment section so you can find it easily. And on we go with the video. In Dodge's video, Matt McAleer talked a little bit about some of the additional perks they're throwing out there in the event that you do purchase the new RT or the new Scatpack.
The day is finally here. Today is first call as we officially open for orders on the all-new 24 model year Dodge Charger Daytona. And they all include the choice of an at-home level 2 charging station or $600 in charging credits through Free to Move Charge. Plus, they all qualify for the full $7,500 federal tax credit when leased.
The first of which was a $7,500 credit, but only if you lease the vehicle. If you buy it, there's no credit for you, no additional incentive there. They also mentioned you could get a pass to the Radford driving school, so a couple of days of driving school they're kind of throwing in there, or a $600 charger. Of course, you're going to need that for your home if you buy one of these new EVs. A lot of people are kind of up in arms about that whole thing. Well, they're basically giving you a charger in lieu of the Radford driving school if you want to go that route as well. Or they have like $600 in credits, in charging credits that you can get free when you buy one of these cars. So a couple of quick things out there to try and entice people just a little bit to buy one of these. And when you look at the horsepower locator, things get a little bit goofy.
So head on over to Dodge.com and check out our all-new 360-degree 3D configurator. You can link out to our horsepower locator on DodgeGarage.com to find a dealer near you that is certified to sell the all-new Charger Daytona. The next generation of American muscle will start arriving in Dodge Charger Daytona certified dealerships in the 4th quarter.
Dodge did just release its configurator for the new car, which is pretty cool. If you go to Dodge Garage's website, there's a button there that says configure your car. You can go in and select either RT or Scatpack, and you can play around with some of the options, some of the different paint colors. They do have several different paint options for the new car. You can also play around with the wheels, some of the interior packages, stuff like that. I don't think they actually put all of the different options on there for you, but it is kind of neat to just go in there and see what color combinations you like. The big issue is that there's no pricing information on the website anywhere, either in the configurator, in the horsepower locator, or in the build your own section. So like if you go to the build your own section, you have the 2023 cars, the Charger and the Challenger, and the 2024 Hornet and Durango, but still nothing on price. So yeah, we kind of have an idea what the base price of these cars is going to be, but if you go in and spec it, you don't really know how much it is. And that is a bit of a problem. And when you talk about the horsepower locator, it works a little bit different than it did back in 2023 as people were trying to locate the last call cars. A lot of people were really frustrated because they felt like that thing was not accurate. It didn't always update. Some dealerships would show they would have like 6 of a certain car, and then people would call up there and they had none. And it was just a lot of frustration with the horsepower locator, and people feel like it didn't work. Well, all of the new cars when they come in will be pre-spec'd. So if you go to the dealership and you're like, look, I want to spec this car out. Right now, at least for this first kind of initial run, you can't spec out these cars. They're going to pre-spec all of them, and they're just going to send them to dealerships based on allocation. So you'll actually go over to the left there. You'll select a specific color like white knuckle or some of the other ones there, and then it will tell you which dealerships are going to get that specific car in. And then you can call that dealership and actually ask them about it, but there's no changing any of that. Like I said, it's going to show up the way it shows up. So simply find your color there on the left, and then it will go in and it'll allow you to actually look at the spec of that individual car that's going into that dealership. So we'll probably have to wait until maybe early next year if you want to spec it out and make it your own before you're able to actually do that. We'll just have to wait and see. If you just so happen to see a spec that you really like on the horsepower locator, you can call that dealership and inquire about that car. And yes, they can give you the price. So their system now has updated to the point where they not only know what's coming in, they know exactly what's on the car, and they know the price of the car. Don't be alarmed when they tell you the price because it is not cheap. So I actually found the black on black car that's going into my local dealership where I bought my Demon, courtesy Dodge Jeep Chrysler Ram. They have a black on black car. It's a Scat Pack that's going to be coming in there. It is in status C, which means that it's tentatively scheduled. And all the cars all across the country are all in status C. Ask me how I know. Back when I was trying to get this car in, it stayed in C for a long time. When it's tentatively scheduled, that means it could be 3 months from being built, it could be 8 months from being built, and they could just not build it at all. That happened to a lot of people previously as well. So C basically tells you nothing about when the car is actually going to be coming in, but at least you can get a price that way. Now, when I called my dealership about the black on black Scat Pack that they should have coming in at some point, they were able to give me the price, and it was right about what I hypothesized a little while back. It was like $79,400. Definitely not cheap when you're talking about a Scat Pack trim. 670 horsepower is nothing to sneeze at, but once again, that is a lot of money. And luckily, my dealership, they are not charging over MSRP, as you can imagine. It says they're going to get like 4 of them. The horsepower locator will tell you how many of these EVs are coming in and exactly in what trim to what dealerships, all that kind of stuff. Let's hope that it's accurate, but it will not be cheap to get into these cars, as I've mentioned to you guys before. I think in order to get into a well-equipped RT, you're going to be somewhere like in the mid to low 60s, and for the Scat Pack cars, right around 80 grand, I think, maybe slightly less than that. And like I said, if you lease it, you'll get that credit, the $7,500 credit, which may help out a little bit. Definitely not cheap. But I did talk to some dealerships. My dealership's not like this, but some dealerships are tacking on up to $20,000 because they're just not going to be getting a lot of these cars in. So a $20,000 markup on an EV that a lot of people just are completely up in arms about, that is just a really weird thing. So basically we're talking about $100,000 for a Scat Pack. Oh, come on! That is the reality of things right now. I'm still kind of losing my mind over the fact that some of these dealers think that people are going to pay $20,000 over for one of these brand new EVs when most people, like probably 95% of the hardcore enthusiasts out there, are not on board with the EV at all. It's not going to garner the same sort of demand that the Hellcats did, certainly some of the special edition cars, the Demon 170 like this one, not even close. I just don't feel like the demand is going to be there at all to be charging over sticker or sometimes maybe even at sticker to move these cars. I know they're not making a lot, but still, that is just a really weird thing to me. And anybody that wants to pay 100 grand for a Scat Pack, more power to them, but I think they're nuts. Now, I've actually been talking to Dodge about doing some sort of a media drive event for the better part of like 6-7 months, ever since Tim was with the company, because I thought it would be neat to sort of get a bunch of influencers together, go up to Michigan and really put this car through its paces. See this car do like a 4-wheel drive burnout, drive it. Is it really any different than driving a Tesla or any of the other EVs on the market like they say it is with this new Erupt transmission? I am really eager to find out. Now, there's an awful lot of people out there that are saying I'm some sort of a simp for Dodge because I don't crap talk Dodge on every single millimetric video that I put out. I don't just spread a bunch of hate and negativity. And to be honest, that is just really getting old. It's not my style. And if that's what you guys want, go watch somebody else. That's where I'm at with it. I'm kind of tired of hearing it. I'm not a simp for Dodge. They don't pay me. I am able to keep an open mind about any of the offerings out there. Import, domestic, I don't care. I'm a performance enthusiast, and that is what my channel has always been about. So yeah, I'm eager to go get behind the wheel, drive it, and give you guys my open, honest thoughts about it. I want to do the same thing when the 6-pack car becomes available in the middle of next year. And that way, you guys can at least get my take on the new car to see if it's something you might like. All you can do is just put information out there. So anyway, guys, have you used the new configurator? Have you put any color combinations together that you like? Have you just completely checked out on this new car and you just want nothing to do with it? I see people spread all across the board. Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll catch you on the next one. So until then, RacerX.